Paw'dCats Sports.
Pulp Fiction there out of the Wildcat. Did you see that? Yeah, well, Pulp Fiction.
Hey, yo, Cats fans. Welcome back to Paw'dCats Sports, where lavender pride meets gridiron fire. I'm Al, Le Wildcat, riding shotgun with my co-host, Benny, Le Wildcat.
Hey, yo.
Today, we're diving deep into Coach Chris Klieman's Monday presser, the upcoming clash with Army, and the pulse of this Kansas State squad. From injuries to betting lines, swagger to strategy, we've got questions, takes, and a whole lot of purple passion. Benny, you ready to stir the pot?
No, I'm not.
Why not?
I do not want the Twitter mob coming at me.
So. Not gonna stir the pot, America's pot.
I'm pumping sunshine, man.
It's not a melting pot anymore. It's a
killing
salad bowl,
as
they say nowadays.
No stew anymore.
No stew. Each part of the salad has its own unique flavor, but it makes one great salad.
Very interesting. Played Army this week. What do you know about the Army Corps, man?
Not a lot. Only that this is a good time for a shout out for our dad.
Yes, sir.
Gary Jarko served in Kuwait, 2005. Chief Warrant Officer.
Iraq. Yeah, Iraq, but close.
He was in Kuwait.
I think he was in Tikrit.
But,
yes, senior warrant officer, active duty in 2004. 35-year veteran of the Army, and now retired. Happily retired 14 times over.
So shout out to you, Dad. I wish I was out there at this game with you. We enjoyed a lot of those games. Fort Riley Day games. Those are some of my favorite, hanging out with you. So I hope you get out there and you enjoy it with Pat Daddy or whoever else is going to go with you, because I know you love those games, man. Yeah, stay hydrated for sure.
Yeah.
And
could be hot.
Love you, Pops. Go enjoy and have fun at the game and get loud. Do the
salute. Yeah, maybe drink a beer.
Yeah, one beer. The beer garden with Pat Daddy.
Cerveza, por favor.
All right. So we're going to start with Coach Klieman's Monday press conference, which would have been yesterday.
Yeah, before we get into that, though, I need to say one more thing to Dad.
Yeah.
Don't forget to give Ernie Barrett a high five on the way into the stadium.
Yes. Don't ever forget.
Or handshake.
The statue, Ernie.
Dap him up. Yeah. Anyway, back to Klieman. What do we got?
So we're going to start with Coach Klieman's Monday press conference. He said, we've kept things pretty vanilla so far.
Ice cream.
Avoid revealing too much of our strategy. Does that sound like confidence or caution?
Caution. Big red flag. Maybe big yellow flag. Big yellow
cautionary flag.
I'm wondering. I'm assuming he is prepared, but maybe it sounds like a little bit of crack with the confidence. Just a little bit. He looks a little stressed out. Did you notice this?
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe he's having some health issues or health problems like we heard of last year. I don't know.
I agree. I'm curious. I wonder if that's the case.
When people look like that, it looks like some of my APs that I work with at school, and some days they come to school the next day and half their face is like little stroke like. So it's a little scary.
Yeah.
And you never want stress to get to you that bad.
Inflammation. Yeah,
so
you can see it, the sweat, the perspiration. And I've coached for 20 years, not Pee-wee. I completely understand the grind that is season after season after season of managing young people and a whole organization like this. It's incredibly difficult.
And not to even mention with the new rev sharing and the new state of college football, it's got to be even more stressful on on coaches now. If we compare it to Bill Snyder, I don't think he would even be able to manage as well in this environment.
By the same token, from the perspective of the coach, you have to understand that all coaches are going through the same thing you are. That's at the end of the day, it's not an excuse. But if your health is suffering, I call it quits for that reason, and I think it's something to consider. And I hope that he's not. Hope he's not. Doesn't have any serious health problems, but he does look a little bit under the weather more often than not.
So here's to hoping that there's nothing seriously wrong with him. Prayers up. Hopefully he's doing all right mentally and the
For
stress
sure.
situation. We don't want any bad blood on any coaches. I know we're all fans out here and we can all get
Very critical.
on medias and get very critical,
It's
but
what makes us great, but also what makes us terrible. It's that double-edged sword.
yeah,
Because
we want the best from
no
our
doubt,
coaches.
no doubt. And we know how it could have been had we hired the wrong guy. And Coach Klieman was not the wrong guy.
Had we hired Neil Brown,
Or your boy down in Norman.
uh, he may be all right.
Yeah, we started a rumor one year about him, and it took off like wildfire. And by we, I mean our older brother. But anyway, we don't want to throw him too far under the bus. So let's move forward.
All right, moving forward.
Yes, only
So
one way to
he
go in this life. That's forward.
Chris Kleiman mentioned Avery Johnson's limited snap count. Is that holding the offense back or protecting the playbook? And when we say limited snap count, we're talking like his mobility.
Yeah, I was going to ask you to clarify on that. What's he trying to indicate concerning his mobility? I think he mentioned something where I heard whispers about how it's been the seed has been planted into Avery's mind. Like when you're running, stay behind your blockers, try not to get hurt. And if that message is being communicated, I would avoid that at all costs. I wouldn't even
Yeah.
mention. I would
We
not even
we
mention that word.
yeah, we've been talking about this. You play the game of football, you're going to get hit. We saw Avery's tape from his freshman year against Texas Tech. And some of those plays that he made, we need him to get out and just run the ball. And, sometimes you're going to take the hit. Like, that's football.
Yeah,
We're watching these other games like Devin Dampier, man. That guy's running all over the field. Watching Jake Retzlaff. Some of these guys that I'm seeing make these runs don't nearly have the speed as Avery Johnson, and yet they're getting aggressive, they're getting physical, and
right.
they're getting those
And
touchdowns.
and they're the ones doing the hitting, not the defenders. So,
Yes,
you're a sitting duck when you run passively.
yes.
Patiently for sure, but not passively.
And that's where I want to just see Avery. He just seems like such a kid that really loves the game when he can
Yeah,
play
no
it
doubt.
freely. And I think when he plays it freely, he's more quick on his decision making.
No pigeonholing. Coaching staff.
And
No.
when you don't play freely, then that's when you hesitate and you get hurt. And same exact thing happened to me when I was in high school, right? It was in
Too
my
caught up
head,
in your head.
a little cautious, but when I play freely, much more into the flow of the game.
Focus on the objectives.
Yes.
Get out of your head.
All right. So Clemens said we need to contain the run, not necessarily stop it. Is that a realistic approach against Army's ground heavy attack?
Yeah, we better be able to stop the run. We've been doing a decent job of that against Iowa State, minus the fourth quarter back in week 0. And for most of the game, of course, last weekend. So this will be a big test for us here again, coming up with the Army and the triple option. And they're going to give it to like 5 different guys and do all sorts of crazy stuff. But we just need to be disciplined with our gap assignments. And of course, the secondary is going to have to know when to come up and pursue and when to read the rare passes that will come out of that Army offense.
Yeah, we know exactly what they're going to bring, the triple option, but our problem last week was some of that eye candy, and Army's going to bring a lot of that eye candy. We need to stick to our assignments because I think what Klieman mentioned was that our guys aren't sticking to our assignments. They're not sticking to where they need to be. They're looking at the movement, not staying in their position.
Yeah, I wonder if there's trust issues too with the guys next to him. that's usually when you get undisciplined, get out of your gap, when you just don't trust the guy next to you.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, let's hope not, for sure.
All right, how do you interpret the revenge game sentiment from the locker room? Is that fuel or distraction?
I hope it's a. What do you mean by revenge game? Elaborate on this.
So kind of like the Iowa State, we lose, and then we should have a statement game, and then North Dakota, FCS opponent, we're down by 4 with a minute some left to go. We end up winning, but still not a great performance.
I thought maybe you were bitter about like a loss to the midshipmen or something, and we were going to take it out on a different branch of the military.
No.
So yeah, I mean, from week to week, in terms of getting revenge on last week's performance, if that's what you're speaking about, then yeah,
yes,
I mean, we have another chance to come out and prove that we are bitter about last week's loss, and we're going to get better because of it, and if we should not be coming out flat. It's been said before, and I'm a firm believer in this, that there are 50,000 people coming to see us play. Right, and some of those folks are coming from many states away.
Yep.
Several hour drives through many fields of Bambis and tumbleweeds. So let's be ready to come out with some fire and some passion in the first half. And that starts in the stands with those fans.
Section 21.
Section 21. We're going to call you out because we're about to move out of that section. But also, of course, with the coaching staff as the week goes on. Not making excuses, not pigeonholing players, and of course the players coming out just with some passion, man, and not being caught up in their heads worried about making mistakes. Just coming out ready to execute the game plan early and often. Give the fans a reason to leave early and go drink more in the fourth quarter because we're up by 3, 4, or 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's the same thing that I'm going to speak on from last week. It needs to be a statement win. We need to come out and we need to destroy these guys. We need to bring that confidence. We need to bring the pressure on defense. These guys need to be hyped up. Our fans need to be hyped up. We need to hold each other accountable. We've got to execute on our play calls. We've got to execute on our positioning, on our blocking, everything, man. It's just that mindset, man. I just feel like the mindset is
fragile.
It's a little fragile. And I think once they get hyped up and then once they start believing more in each other, it's going to flip.
It's going to flow like an avalanche down a mountain. And we're going to be able to fly under the radar the rest of the year because no one believes. Because of a 3-point loss in Dublin. No one's going to believe it. No one's going to be talking about us until we're 11-1.
Hell yes. All right, let's talk a little bit about, before this game, the bruises and the bruises in the mental state, physical and mental. With Dylan Edwards still questionable, how does that affect the run game rhythm?
It gives more opportunities, of course, to Devon Rice, and I'd love to see it. And then, of course, Jackson. So hopefully both those guys will have big days, and we will run the ball more intentionally and more effectively, especially early in the drives. But, hey, like I said, in the previous episode, if this is our MO, that we're going to throw the ball 40, 45, 50 times a game, let's do it. Let's commit to it, and let's not look back.
So how many carries are you looking for out of Joe Jackson and Devon Rice?
10 apiece. I mean, around there. I don't think either one of them should be in the mid-single digits. So
I'd like to see 10, I'd like to see Devon with about 12 or Joe Jackson with 10. Then that could flip-flop, right? Whoever's playing better, maybe give one a little more than the other.
I'd even love to see Avery have 5 or 10 so we can have 25 to 30 carries.
Avery did have 7 last game.
Get us up over 300. That'd be great.
And with his carries, we want to see like the actual play call be maybe a QB draw instead of some of these RPOs.
I said 300, 200. Let's just get to 200 first. Much more reasonable and attainable.
300 rushing yards? God.
300 rushing, I'd love to see it. Just meet fire with fire. You want to run the ball 100 times, let's do it too. But hey, like I said, that's just me. I'm from a different bygone era, man.
Yeah, I love the run game just as much as you do, but I also love air raid offense. I do want to. Who doesn't? Yeah, you gotta love it. It just looks awesome, right, when you're throwing the ball around the field. But I am more traditional with the run game. I'd like to see us get back to 200-ish.
I did watch an
200-ish.
outstanding Mike Leach documentary. Speaking of the air raid, rest in peace. Swing your sword, brother.
Swing your sword. All right, Lincoln Cure, Colby McAllister, and Ryan Davis are all out. Which absence hurts the most?
Repeat our absences for the fans at home and for the slow old balls guy.
So we got Lincoln Cure, Colby
Lincoln Cure,
McAllister, and
Colby,
Ryan Davis.
Ryan Davis.
All out. Which one hurts the most?
Lincoln Cure is still out. That is, I thought he was going to play this weekend. I don't think.
For all we know, he's out, but the injury report comes out tomorrow.
And then
So we will know more tomorrow.
Tell me more about the other two injuries.
Colby McAllister is a guy that I really want to see. I think he's going to help with some of the leadership on this defense. He has some of that experience.
Yeah, defensive secondary, that'd be big.
McAllister and McIntosh I really like. Those are two guys that I've seen in the past I've been keeping an eye on from last year. They played pretty well in the Rutgers game.
Right.
And like I said, just that experience I think helps out a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Ryan Davis, D-end. So I don't think that's going to hurt us as much because we have Austin Sami, Cheedy, we have some of those other guys. But, it would help to get them in there.
Always good to have
some fresh legs.
Yeah, always good to have more depth on the line, no doubt, because that's where the most injuries happen. But, yeah, we need help in the secondary. So there's your answer.
All right, Gunnar Maldonado, probable. How crucial is his presence in the secondary?
Gunnar!
From Arizona.
Old number 3, Gunnar Maldonado. He's got 1 tackle on the season. Maybe we can double that.
Yeah, he's been on a snap count, so he hasn't been playing a lot of snaps because he has been injured. So hopefully he can get in and get a lot more snaps this game and leave.
That's really a thing, snap count? Are you serious?
Yes.
I didn't even know this. I mean,
yes.
The first thing I thought was pitch counts. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's on a snap count.
Cubs got Michael Boyd on a pitch count. This dude's being taken out in like the 5th inning, 85 pitches. The guy's 36 years old. Let him play. No hits, 8 Ks, no runs. We're taking him out with 85 pitches in the 5th inning. Let him play. All right. If he's healthy enough to play 1 snap, he's healthy enough to play all the snaps. More of this.
This is kind of the problem with the new game is you got these snap counts, you got these analytics, and
I would not have accepted it as a player. I would not.
Some of the analytics I think are just ridiculous. Like go for it 4th and 8 when you're inside the 25 or something. So just kick the field goal.
There's a qualitative element to these decisions that's not being considered by the analytics. And that's where your coaching comes into play. Or even leaders on the field who are maybe making changes to plays, while the play clock is ticking down. But those analytics do not consider any of the qualitative factors.
And do you remember when they switched to put the quarterback in shotgun at 4th and 1 because he can get like that sprinting start?
Oh yeah.
It's like he's got to run 5 yards instead of 1 yard when you could just push him over the 1 yard if your offensive line is better. Yeah. So it's just some of those ridiculous things.
Blows my mind. But
yeah. If he's in for the full game, look out for him because he is a good player. He played for Arizona in that secondary. I believe he tore his ACL and he's still recovering from that. So we want to see him.
Injuries are part of the game. If somebody gets injured, that's what your backups are for. They get opportunities. They're usually younger, and then they're ready for the next season. Or maybe they step in and become a star right away. Which stop doing this snap count stuff. I'm tired of it. The only snap count we should have is a quarterback calling out his cadence.
Yeah, and that's a perfect segue. Are the younger guys stepping up, or is depth becoming a liability?
I don't think it's ever a liability, but when your personnel are out of order, then it is, and that's on the coaching staff. That's on whoever's putting those people in those positions. And I'm really talking specifically about Sterling locking on kick return and some questionable decisions in the secondary.
Yeah, I want to see some of these younger guys step up if our older guys just aren't doing the job, right? Like Logan Bartley. if he's ready to play, ready to go, and he's playing well, get him in there. We didn't see much from him, so we'll monitor that
Yeah.
as the season goes on.
On the
But
flip
the O
side,
line, I think, is where that may come in.
right. And on the flip side of that coin, though, when you give those young guys opportunities too quick and they're not ready, that breeds a sense of entitlement amongst 18 and 19-year-olds, and then you have bitter 22 and 23-year-olds on the sidelines.
True. Issues possibly in the locker room, issues on the field. We'll see.
Patience with the depth. Older players, more experience early in the season.
All right, segment 3, why the Wildcats are struggling. Let's not sugarcoat it. K-State's been shaky. Why is the offensive line struggling to create push in the run game?
I don't know. You'd have to ask the offensive line. I don't know. Ask the offensive line coach. I'm not sure what exactly is going on up there, other than we lost the big guy from Ohio State, and that threw a wrench in a lot of our plans. Anytime you got to shuffle the deck, that's a tough thing to do, especially when you've been prepping a different way all through camp.
So Klieman actually said we have to be better at coming off the ball and mashing people, mashed potatoes.
Very technical term. I'd have to ask Coach Klieman about that.
Mash
He knows more about the trenches than I do.
potatoes with some gravy.
Is that the opposite of a pancake? Is that a defensive pancake? Is that what that is? You just run right through the
Mashing them.
Oh, he's talking about the other line. Yep.
Smash them, bash them, cut them down.
Hey, when we're run blocking, absolutely. I mean, if you see that entire offensive front going backwards when we're run blocking, that's just your biggest sign. Look at the tight angle, and you'll see it. We need those guys to be moving forward, carrying those defensive linemen with them.
Through 2 games.
Mash them! Mash 'em.
Through 2 games, we're averaging 126.5 rushing yards. Last year, 215
Yeah.
game. What do you think we're going to be at in this Army game?
Well, they run the ball a ton, so this is going to be our biggest test yet. North Dakota relied more on the pass. We did a good job, of course, against Iowa State up until the fourth quarter. But this will be the biggest test because it's going to be the highest volume of runs. And if we can hold these guys under 200 yards rushing, we're going to have a great day.
And then on the opposite end,
40 times. So.
On the opposite end for the Cats, what do you think we're gonna get this game?
We're going to see if we're closer to air raid or if we're closer to a balanced offense. This game we'll know pretty quick based on the play calling early in the game.
I think for this game, I'd like to see 175 rushing, about 250 passing. I think that's probably the good in between there for us.
I think if we can control time possession and we have a high completion percentage, then we should have a lot of long, timely, long drawn-out drives. And if we can finish them off with touchdowns, then we should win this game easy. And I think that's what we'll look to do.
And don't get me wrong, I honestly think we could come out again with air raid trying to throw the ball, which it is scary because we don't see it a lot at Kansas State.
Makes me a little nervous.
But if Avery is feeling it, man, he's feeling it. So
you know that scene in Dazed and Confused where they're hazing the freshman girls?
Air raid!
That's all I'm going to think about the rest of the season when we throw it. First, second, and third down. Pacifiers and air raid.
Fry, piggies, fry! Oh, my contacts messed up. Sorry, give me a second. All right, is Avery Johnson going to be utilized as a dual threat QB this game?
Let's hope so, and let's hope that he, when he can't find guys downfield or the offensive line, his pass protection's breaking down, that he can get out to the edges and take off the ball a little bit. But yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope that there's some design runs and that he will finish. He'll finish with his front shoulder, not hiding behind a 300-pound lineman or 250-pound tight end.
Yeah, let's hope so. I want to see him run for over 75.
Put on the weight for a reason, right? Let's use it.
Yeah, I want to see him run for over 75. I want to see at least 7 carries that are not RPOs. I want to see him get out and scramble, and then if he has to run it. I think he throws better on the run. So, just like I said in the last pod, more free
Let him play
flowing.
free. Let him play free. Freedom! Free Avery. Free him. Emancipation Day. Army's in town.
All right, Jace Brown has 187 yards and 2 TDs, which it looks like he is 5th in receiving right now in the country. Should he? And we played 2 games.
Hey, man, you sound like ESPN right now throwing out these stats, man.
Yes. Should he be getting more targets?
No. I think he got, what, double-digit targets in the last game. No
I want more!
Double-digit catches. I mean, no. I would rather see quality over quantity. Like, I would rather see him go for, 3 catches and 5 targets for 125 yards and a touchdown.
I think you're right. He
10 and 12 for, 100.
He had 12 receptions last game, so he's getting a lot of targets, but our other guys, 3-2, 5-1, 2-1-1-1. So I want to see our tight ends. I want to see more creativity. It's like we know he's good, so we're trying to go to him. We can still, I think, throw him the ball 8 to 10 times a game and then get our other players involved with some more creativity. We can use him as eye candy.
But to do that, we have to be able to run more plays, and that goes back to time possession, keeping drives alive,
and special teams.
Yeah, exactly. Not turning the ball over, just keeping the other team's offense off the field.
The slippery slope.
Mm-hmm. Run
but
more plays.
Back to that point, right?
Let Army run 50.
Back to that point, right? Like, if we get things rolling and we play a clean, disciplined game, then I think this is that top 25 team.
Yeah. I would hope so. We talked about last week about getting over 40 points. We didn't do it. And we kept them in the game because of that. And we talked about not giving up more than about 10 to 15. We didn't do it. So, a lot tighter than it should have been. This week, fix it.
Yes. Is Joe Jackson the answer this weekend, or is it Devon Rice?
I think Joe Jackson's waiting to break out. I think that lost fumble in Dublin probably hurt his confidence a little bit. And he's got something to prove because Devon Rice is right on his heels for those first-team reps. So, Joe Jackson, let's get up over 100 yards this week. Hopefully he gets the opportunities to do it. And then he won't just have one catch for 6 yards and a touchdown. Very important touchdown. We'd like to see more than just one big play out of Joe Jackson.
And I love this situation. I love having Devon Rice getting these reps. I love having Joe Jackson in there. Obviously, I don't like Edwards being out, but once Edwards comes back, that just gives us another dynamic weapon. So then we can have 3 guys back there that are legitimate RB1s.
Yeah, and you might
not this year, but next year.
Right. You might even be able to redshirt one of those guys if they don't play more than 4 games, and you don't need the third back. We'll see.
All right. Game outlook versus Army. So, like we said last week, this is more than just a matchup. It's a statement. We have to make our statement.
A K-statement.
Yeah, a K-statement. I like that.
K-Stadio statement.
Whew. Army runs the ball like it's 1945.
Not 2009.
How does K-State counter that?
1945 was a pretty good year for the Army. So I don't know. You tell me. We're going to have to shut them down on third down especially. They're going to probably get in a lot of third and shorts running the ball with 3 yards in a cloud of dust. If we can keep their third down conversion percentage down, and most importantly, keep them out of our territory because then they're going to go for it on fourth down a lot. So let's keep that down and then get them off the field, run 20, 30 more plays than they do, and that will stop the vaunted Army.
I think we're going to need to see speed from our linebackers, so that's why I think Gabe Powers may be more of a threat in this game. Desmond Purnell as well, get on the outside there.
Good take.
Also, cornerback blitz, Quay Moss.
Quay!
We're going to need some of that. Quay Moss, maybe VJ Payne get up in there as well. VJ Payne has a lot of speed.
Bring it.
But we don't want VJ to get up there too much to where he's missing an assignment deep.
Yeah, you got to break down too on the run defense.
So that's why I think we'll see that once or twice maybe in this game, but I think we're going to see more of that Quay Moss like we saw in Iowa State.
Yeah, and we're going to have to bring more guys up closer to the line of scrimmage in this game. So we'll see how we respond with our our 3-3 stack, how we modify that.
All right, so our red zone defense ranks 27th. Can we bend without breaking?
Yeah, and I don't think that's the game plan against Army, but that was the game plan against North Dakota. And we did break a few times, but not enough for North Dakota to beat us. So in this game, I don't expect us to be in a lot of situations where we might break. I wouldn't expect Army to, have a lot of big pass plays. But
Yeah.
hey, you never know.
This game is a lot more one-dimensional, right?
Maybe the Air Force would have more big pass plays. Maybe.
Yeah. This game's more one-dimensional, and as we said, I think it's more about just keeping on your assignment and not following that icon candy and missing your assignment so that somebody gets over the top when they do throw the ball.
Right, and some of our guys are, when they're coming up to close out on the rushers, they're not, they're over pursuing, and they're getting caught in bad spots where they're getting beat on our run defense, especially at the second and third level. So we'll see how those guys respond, but we have to have better discipline. We're not trying to, knock a guy's head off. We're just trying to make a tackle and not let him get 6, 8, 10 more yards.
Piggybacking off that, what's the key to controlling tempo against this team that grinds the clock?
Get them off the field. Don't allow them to run a 12-play, 11-rush drive for 10 minutes and then do it again. Get them off the field. Shut them down. The crowd's going to be a big part of that. The first couple drives of the game, let's give them the help they need because you are part of the mob. And I'm talking to you, Section 21.
Section 21, get loud.
Calling you out, old people. I'm one of you. All right, I'm old too. But bring some enthusiasm.
All right, betting lines and prediction. Ding, 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 ding. Let's talk money.
A ding, 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 ding.
Kansas State is a 17.5 point favorite.
Push the button.
Is that too generous given recent performances?
Push the button. Yes. We're talking about the bubble craps for those who are confused. That's what the machine tells you to do. But if you're taking advice from a robot, you should probably analyze your life a little bit.
So we're taking Kansas State to cover 17.5.
Cover.
I personally will take them probably to cover about 23.5, probably.
I might tease that to 16.5. No, just for fun.
I'll probably push it.
Think you're gonna push it up?
20. I'm gonna push it to 23. I'm gonna push it to 23.5. But if we do not perform or underperform this game, then I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go the other way.
The Army by 20, so 19.5.
All right, the over/under is 46.5. Shootout or a slugfest?
Under.
Ooh.
I think the clock is going to be running a lot, and Army's going to run the ball, and we are going to run a lot of plays. So we have a high completion percentage. So there won't be a lot of plays run in this game, and therefore not a lot of points with some long K-State drives mixed in. So for that reason, I'm going under 35-10 Cats.
35-10. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You said 47.5, right?
46.5. So
35-10. We're still good.
All right, betting
35-0. 35-0 would be great. Sorry, my bad.
Betting splits show K-State is winless against the spread. Is this the week they cover?
All right, that's what I think. I think all right. The critic.
Bacon. Eat.
We're going to be fine. All right, we're going to go under. We're going to go Cats to cover, and we're going to make millions of doll hairs. Millions. All
right, I'm gonna go a little different here. I'm gonna go 42 to 10. 42 to 10.
Taking the over.
Just another touchdown.
Gotcha. Defense.
We do think it's gonna be pretty close.
Special teams, defense, score some touchdowns. And then I'm with you on that.
So we talked money. Now let's fix what's broken. Offensively, what needs to change? Play calling, pace, or personnel?
Ooh, play calling, pace, or personnel?
PPP.
That's a tough one. I'm going to go with play calling.
Yeah, I'd probably have to agree with you on the play calling. I think the pace is fine.
Personnel's okay.
Okay.
It's what we have to use right now.
We've seen a lot of very good things from individual players. We just need them to put it together. I like the play calling as well.
Got to gel it.
I think if we gel it and mix it in, we can get those explosive pass explosive pass plays
Too many P's,
in
man.
our play calling, and that'll open up the run for us later in the game.
Something about Peter Piper.
And Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Peter Piper play calling. That's what we've seen the first 2 weeks. No more of that Peter Piper play calling, mate.
Defensively, how do they tighten up against the run this weekend?
Well, we just got to maintain defensively, and we don't try to eliminate that bad quarter. I think the defensive front has had a bad quarter in the fourth quarter of the first game, and then you mentioned it last game as well, one suspect quarter. So let's play a complete game.
And no special teams errors that keep our defense on the field, because that hurts our defense drastically.
Definitely want to see us be more disciplined in all three phases.
Turnovers are inexcusable. How do you see the turnovers going this game?
Well, I think some of them are actually a little excusable. You know, when you're 30 yards downfield and you're just running hard and you're running on pure adrenaline like Joe Jackson was in Dublin, that's a tough pill to swallow, but I can live with that. The ones that are maddening are just like the snaps that are bad, or the the mesh handoff that's dropped. Those things are just lack of preparedness and confidence.
So prepare and practice. The P's. Prepare, practice, play calling.
Perform.
Don't be a
pansy.
Pansy.
That's a beautiful flower, by the way, a pansy.
All right, so is the coaching staff adapting fast enough to early season adversity?
They're trying. And there's always adversity when you're a coach. We could see it on the face of the head coach that he looks weary, and we hope his health is okay for sure. But he's always responded well, I thought. Coach Klieman in his pressers, he sometimes says some things that people read between the lines and take it personally and take it the wrong way, but he never shows a sense of panic. Almost always composed. But accountability, let's take personal accountability so others don't have to do it for us, and that's a big piece.
I like that. Accountability. Gotta hold each other accountable. That's probably one of the 16 goals of success as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're one of the players too, think about that. I mean, hold yourself accountable so that your coaches don't have to, so that your parents don't have to, so that your professors don't have to, your friends, the police. All right.
So the person next to you on the field doesn't have to.
Correct. And then he can trust you and he won't miss his assignment.
Just be a team, guys.
Right.
Together.
Yeah. Junto.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Sunshine and rainbows.
All right, enough of this. All right,
all right, let's end on a high note and a challenge. What's the one thing?
A challenge. I like it.
Yes, I got a challenge for you.
I'm ready. Always ready for a challenge.
That's our last question here.
Accepted.
We're gonna have two more before that challenge. What's the one thing or the one person, player, coach that must step up for a win versus Army?
Well, I'll just go with Avery. I mean, of course, and then defensively, VJ Payne. All right, the two quarterbacks basically. I know Austin Romaine is making some calls up on the line, but VJ sees everything in front of him, and you called him out. And then defensively, I'd like to see him have a big game and maybe a pick six or at least one pick. And then, of course, Avery's just got to sustain what he's been doing and try to avoid those one or two throws that potentially could be picked. But Avery is handling business well, and I think he might be handling the adversity better than anyone, in my humble opinion.
I'm going to go with Matt Wells. Open up that playbook. Let's get creative. Let's get our tight ends some more passes, some more catches. Let's get some more eye candy with Devon Rice and Joe Jackson. Let's get some crazy stuff going on out there. I want to see it. I want to see that ball thrown deep 15 times a game.
Let's hit you a challenge to Matt Wells, OC. The Texas Tech fan base is calling you out right now, and they're telling us, "I told you so." So maybe you can flip the script on that for us.
All right, and here's your challenge, Ben.
Yeah, I'm ready. Accept it.
What's your message to the locker room if you are Coach Klieman?
Well, I'm no coach, and there's a reason I don't coach anymore because I was a mediocre at best coach. But if I'm Coach Klieman, my message is the same that I mentioned earlier. There are 50,000 people outside this tunnel that have driven many, many miles and given up many hours and dollars to come see you play. It's not about you. It's about us. So let's go out there and let's show them what we're made of. And let's respond better than we did in week one. No excuse for what happened against North Dakota. We cannot have a repeat of that. And channel all that fuel and all that frustration into the focus on the objectives of this first quarter, this first half, and let's come out firing. Well, let's respond.
Come on, son. Show them what you're made of.
Toss me one, son.
Fire that pigskin.
Come on, Mox. You can do it.
You can do it.
Hey, Landman season 2 is coming out, by the way. You know, whipped cream bikini girls in that show. Allie, I think is her name, the actress. I don't know what her last name is, but season 2 is coming out in November. I like that show. It's a good one. Being shot right here in Funky Town. Not at Trash Can University. No.
Yeah.
In the Stockyards. Downtown. Sundance.
That's a wrap on this week's Pregame Purple Pulse Paw'dCats podcast.
I don't know what you just said, but we are the Paw'dCats. And check out those concessions for us. We want some feedback. They sound delicious, and I'm coming to a game soon. So let me know, fans, which one of the 5 new menu items should I eat when I show up at the Bill later this season.
We are getting up to about 70 followers on TikTok, so close to 100. Wow. I said once we get to 100, we got some hats made. We just got to order them, so we'll get that out to the 100th follower.
That's great stuff, man. I can't believe we even have more than 10, to be honest with you, but appreciate it, man. If you want to unfollow us or if you hate anything that we just said, that's fine. It won't hurt my feelings. Haters gonna hate. That's what they do. Take everything with a grain of salt and get better, not bitter.
Just recap. Keys to the game. Contain the run. Unleash the offense. Protect the purple. Let's go, Cats.
Go, Cats. Classic. See you next week, kids.
No kids should be watching this podcast. Only
it's not very good, is it?
Unless you're our nephew.
Oh. He's a good dude. We were talking about our awesome nephew. You don't have to censor that, all right? Awesome's not a bad word.
Yes, our nephew.
Yeah. Good dude. He's awesome, man. He's awesome. Hopefully he got accepted.
Check you later.
See ya. Kobe! 2 more sacks.
Sí, señor. Luis, 63-yard field goal.